Welcome back to Season 3, Episode 2. I'm Spencer.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Logan.
That's really loud.
And
Logan, I think we have a special guest.
we do have a special guest.
I think Matt should introduce her.
I agree.
I'm joking. Logan, take us away.
All right.
So our special guest today.
We have a special guest with us today. Number one in my heart, my wife, Hannah. Hannah, welcome to the show. Do you need a full introduction? She hails from South Bend. All-state in 2 sports. All-American in softball in college. And now, married to the...
Married to what, Logan? Be careful.
Her best friend. A great guy, right? No. Married to me.
Hannah,
she's awesome.
What's it like living with Logan?
Oh, it's an adventure, definitely. Never know what's happening. A lot of noise.
A lot of noise, she says. Can that be the title of this podcast? A lot of noise.
I'm down for it.
Hannah and I are sharing a mic today because our 4th mic is down and out for the count. So if you hear a little pause, we're handing it back and forth. Go back and forth. So, Matt, you want to do a recap of the scores?
Yeah, so recap of the scores. We were all sitting at 2. We had a solid first episode.
Yeah.
And all of us are at 2, so
Okay.
I'm just trying to update some scores real quick.
All right.
And Hannah's got stories too today.
She does have stories. So we have 4 sets of stories.
Yep.
We got themes we want to talk about.
Yeah, I'll start off. I'll kick us off. Gentlemen, what's one of the luckiest things you can do?
Get married.
That's for you, yes.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yay.
Winning the lottery. I got 3 stories, 3 different countries, 3 lottery winners.
I already won the lottery. I was born in the US of A.
Baby.
I can say
Nice. I like it.
Yep.
Hit him 2 for 2.
Hannah, what's yours?
Food is my theme. Generic, but to the point.
Generic and
I
to the
like
point, like her husband.
Yes.
He said yes.
Okay.
All right. I'll go next because I know Matt doesn't have a theme and needs to compose himself. My theme is Amish Paradise.
You're born and raised. Baby.
Born and raised. We are talking about stories with no internet. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. And Matt, you have no...
He's just telling stories about his past.
Yeah.
I wish.
I have no theme, and I selected my 3 to pick as you were playing the music.
I think that has grounds to go first.
I'm for it.
Okay.
Oh, no. I haven't even reread these. This is going to be bad. Oh, man. Alrighty.
Go ahead.
Come on, buddy.
3 stories. Do you want to hear the Brazilian police and a parrot, ideal first date, and have you seen my dad?
Well, since we have Love is in the Air and we got the Swords and the Troopers, I think ideal first date.
I agree.
Okay. I haven't read, like, so I wrote these stories, and, like, because we were like, oh, we got to get out of here at a certain time.
Well,
I was
here.
like, oh, shoot, I don't get to reread these.
I'll buy you 30 seconds. Spencer, what was your and Joe's first date?
Our first date was, this is horrible. This should have been a failure, actually. So our first date was bowling, but here's what I did. And so on our first date, I got this Tupperware container, and I folded up a bunch of pieces of papers. And I had her draw one. And I said, okay, in this thing you're going to draw for our date. So I gave her the container, and she thought I had like 30 dates picked out. Well, each paper said bowling.
That's beautiful.
And so she picked out a piece of paper and said bowling. And so a year later, no joke, we're walking around the University of Illinois with a family friend who's touring, or who goes there. And we pass a bowling alley. And I'm with her family. I'm with their family's best friends. And I go, Joe, have I ever told you our bowling story? And she looked at me like, no. And in that moment, a year after our first date, I told her that all those pieces of paper folded up said bowling.
That's awesome.
And she laughed. She was a good sport.
Oh, good. Well, as much as I'd love to hear the next first date story, Hannah, what was your guys' first date?
We just went to Shoop's to eat burgers, and that was it, I think.
Yeah, I think because we had practice. We went
Generic.
to Shoops after practice. Got
Real romantic.
Yeah.
Generic and to the
Generic
point,
and
baby.
to the point.
Generic and to the point.
At Shoop's too, even better.
Shoops was so good.
The Midwest staple.
R.I.P.
All right. Ideal first date. Thank you for the buying of time. Mischief The art collection, known for their viral stunts, has announced a new dating simulator game called Tax Heaven 3000 that promises to prepare players 2022 U.S. federal tax while they play. The game is described as a viral visual dating game. Is that an L? Is that an I? Fies?
You did all capital, but
What one? Okay. However, the game only prepares federal taxes, so players will have to still find a way to do their state taxes. While Mischief claims that Tax Heaven 3000, how are you? All right, Tax Heaven 3000 can make the process of filling out taxes easier. The collection cautions players that if they prepare their taxes in the game, they are preparing their taxes in real life. The game is set to launch. The game was set to launch on April 4th on itch.io or as a free direct download. And Mischief has also announced a collector's edit edition of the game that comes with software box, disc, and an iris body pillow. Despite the game going through Steam's standard verification process and being set to launch on April 4th, it was suddenly removed by the platform without explanation. Mischief claims that Steam was deplatforming the game, and while Valve, the owner of Steam, has yet to comment on the situation, Mischief still plans to launch the game on April 4th as planned.
Taxes, you say?
Taxes, I say.
What was the name of that story?
The story?
First Date.
Ideal First Date.
That was Ideal First Date?
The game's it's a
Dating
visual
simulator?
novel dating game.
Oh, I thought it was about taxes. I lost focus.
It is about taxes. It's just the game's in like a dating and like a virtual dating game.
Okay. As Donald Trump would say, wrong.
Wrong.
The lips with that one. Perfect. All right. Which one do we hear next? Have you seen my dad or the Brazilian police and a parrot?
I like Brazilian police.
All right. Brazilian police. A parrot in Brazil has been taken into custody by police during a raid targeting crack dealers. The bird had been trained to alert criminals to police operations in low-income communities by shouting, the police, when the police approached. The parrot, which has not been named, was seized when the officers raided the drug den. Upon questioning, the bird remained loyal and did not say a word to the officers. The bird was later handed over to the local zoo where it spent the last 3 months learning to fly before being released. The bird joins a list of animals implicated in Brazil's drug trade, although most are reptiles.
I have no idea. I could see it, but I don't want to believe it.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, Matt.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how to spell parrot still, so go ahead.
It took me a little while. Have you seen my dad? After the 2022 Hurricane Ian, Florida has passed a new law allowing citizens to keep exotic fish that land in their swimming pools after a hurricane. To be eligible, citizens must prove that the fish landed in their pool during or immediately after a hurricane via a timestamped photo or video. They must report the type of fish to the authorities, and if it's endangered, it'll be taken to a conservation center. Environmentalists criticize the law, fearing that it will lead to the depletion of exotic and rare fish populations. To help smooth the environmentalist concerns, citizens are not allowed to keep endangered fish, and all fish turn and will go back into the ocean. The goal of the law is to allow local citizens to learn about exotic and rare fish species.
I don't know.
I know which one I don't believe.
Which one?
I don't know if I want to tell you that.
Okay.
Oh,
Hannah, what are your thoughts?
I definitely leaning.
You gotta get closer.
I'm definitely leaning one direction, but I don't know.
Are you going to tell us or just lock it in silence?
No, I was gonna lock it in silence.
oh. There'll be a conversation about this later.
I'm like, oh no.
Oh, your mic went out. You got to move it around.
So wait,
sorry.
so the first one was about the dating app and taxes.
First one was taxing dating app, Ideal First Date. The second one was the Brazilian police and a parrot. And the third one was Have You Seen My Dad? Which was the Hurricane Ian in Florida passing the law.
Oh, we're back. I'm locked in.
So I know which two I'm debating between.
Which two? Tell us. Because I'm locked
2
in.
and 3. The first
Okay.
one I felt for
You
8.
believe?
No, not at all. But just because, I don't know why. Because I'm not gonna let him write notes. So
Oh, I'm just writing down. I never remember which order I told these
Yeah.
in. So when you say
Yeah.
1, 2,
I write
3,
them
I'm
down.
like trying to make
I'm
sure
gonna
that I got it.
say, oh my gosh, I don't even know.
Do I know what I did?
Yeah.
I did 3.
Ooh, I was thinking 2 because 2's my favorite number.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. But I was
actually.
leaning 3 as well.
I don't know any of these. This
I
is
don't
good. I have a hunch on one. I think I heard something similar on one of the 3, and so I kind of eliminated that one. It was between the other 2, and genuinely just flipped a coin in my mind. It was heads.
Okay, I'm locked in.
So the first one's ideal date. The second one is the parrot and the police, and the third one is have you
Hannah,
seen
what'd
my
you
dad?
lock in? Let's see this here.
Wow, we had 2 3s and a 2.
The one with the fish.
Upside down, bud.
The one with the
Math is
fish.
hard.
Yeah.
The one with the fish.
And what'd you go with? 2.
I went
2
2.
and 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so no one picked 1.
No,
No.
yeah, tell us that's true.
So 1 is the first date. That is true.
Yep.
Yeah. That was one I thought I heard something
Okay.
about. But I didn't know for
I
sure.
knew it was a chance throwing a tax thing in there with Logan, but that one's true. So
Yeah, you know my 75-year-old clients love tax dating apps.
Yeah. Okay.
figured. So the parrot is true.
Okay.
Yes.
The parrot also would not talk to any of the officers while he was detained, and they brought a bunch of it's like this is the most loyal parrot ever.
Okay.
The other ones they use are alligators.
I was between those 2 as well. You can trust a parrot. Those things are
So,
top.
alligators are actually more common because they will feed people.
Do they
to
talk?
Alligators and you get rid of bodies.
Do they talk? Okay. Well done.
So yeah, the have you seen my dad? False story. It was difficult writing this up because rare, endangered, exotic. I was like, I'm not 100% sure
So
about these.
That's what I was thinking. But then I thought about all those.
It's
those
Florida.
crazy laws. Yeah, that's what I was like I don't know.
I found the hurricane. I found the state.
Yeah, the reason I went there out of anything was it was a new law. If it had been an old law that allows you to keep it from like the 60s, for sure. But they're making it new. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Florida's
fair.
nuts, but
Good to
Okay,
know.
so
Good
you
to
got
know.
0 points.
yeah, because you fooled one, but Hannah dropped you a one.
Yep.
Hannah.
0, 1, 0.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go Hannah.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt.
Team
So
Hannah.
I feel like Matt gets to choose who goes next.
I'm for it.
Hold up. Logan got 1. Spencer got 0. I got 0. Hannah got 1.
Back in the lead.
I have yet to guess one right yet. I'm over 3.
Let's hear Spencer's.
Okay, Lotto. The Lotto, baby. Let me pull it up here. Oh, dang it, my computer is off.
All the way off?
No.
You know whose computer doesn't die? Person on paper.
That's true, too. Okay, here we go. We have, do you want to go Canada? Do you want to go the US of A? Or are we going London?
I mean, we're number 1.
Do you know if you're going to London? That doesn't sound very confident.
Sounds like a lie to me. Also,
A false story.
should avoid
had to
angling
look down.
directly at the guest.
Huh?
You angled your laptop right at our guest.
They're all the same font. You can't even tell.
Oh.
Where are we going? We going London? We
US
going
of A.
US of
It's like
A.
Logan just
Number
has
1.
It just has London as false. on
Here we
top.
go. A woman from Wisconsin sent her husband, Joe Bednark, to run an errand and buy some groceries in March of 2022. But this very general errand changed the couple's life. While at the grocery store, Joe Bednark made an impulse decision to buy a lottery ticket and won $100,000 out of it. While the man was at the local grocery store, he saw a sign that he couldn't get past. It said Badger 5 was up to $100,000. I looked at it, I backed up, saw the amount, and all that was left in my pocket was a $10 bill. And I thought, oh well, give me $10 worth. And the couple won $100,000.
That just sounds like someone winning the lottery. So I believe it.
Okay.
But
Well, that would be on point for his topic.
People do win the lottery here.
that was just okay.
Okay,
Go ahead.
London
Next.
or
Too believable.
the Canada?
Canada.
Canada.
Canada
Hannah
comes
says.
from the back.
Yep. While helping out their grandson with a school project, Nicole Pednot and Roger Licker came upon a extremely rewarding surprise. Hidden in a nearly forgotten book about Japan was a $750,000 winning Quebec lottery ticket from April 2018. If my grandson hadn't asked me to give him some things for his presentation, I wouldn't have ever found the ticket. But it was already April 2019, a whole year since the ticket had been purchased. Well, they checked the Quebec lottery website to see if the ticket had already expired. Fortunately for them, they had found it just in time that it was 2 days left to claim their impressive prize.
750,000, you say?
750,000.
I'm gonna base my decision purely on dollar amounts.
Okay.
Big money, baby.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to London.
Yeah.
Emmett Hodgson and Miles Bacrio were at their local pub in London for an Arsenal football match. That particular match, Arsenal had completed a comeback, coming back from a 3-goal deficit. Feeling lucky, Emmett and Miles went to the grocer next door and each bought 4 lottery tickets, pledging to split the winnings. The drinks were flowing, and we were on top of the world, and the only thing we could think of that was better than winning the match would be to win the lottery. Well, it wasn't just a lucky feeling, because the next day when the Euro Millions read off the numbers, Emmett and Miles held the winning ticket to a payout of £1.7 million. To this day, after every Arsenal win, Emmett and Miles buys a lottery ticket, but they haven't won another one since.
So here's where I thought you were going with this.
Tell me.
There's that story of the guy that won the lottery, and the local news wanted him to reenact. So they bought another ticket, and while reenacting, won it a second time. I would have thought for sure that was coming out of this story.
Nope. That's cool, though.
That's a great story. I respect for him, but everyone knows it also, so I get it. All 3 are just people winning the lottery, and I believe all could have happened. I am basing it off of dollar amounts. $750,000. No one plays that. You play low dollar or big dollar. That's it. Canada's false. I don't know. I'm pretty lost.
What's the lifeline that allows me to... is there a 50-50 lifeline?
No.
There's no 50-50
No,
lifeline.
not this year.
Nope.
You can phone a friend. Hannah, what are your thoughts on this? I need to hear.
Yeah, I need to hear...
Before I officially lock.
Yeah, I locked Canada in before I even heard the third story, so...
Any reason? Or you just...
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the show My Name is Earl, but it's, like, oddly similar to, like, the lottery ticket, like, stumbling upon it and, like, blew out his feet at a grocery store. So it kind of, was like, that's a little similar, so...
I trust it.
Are you locked in, Logan?
Debating between U.S. and Canada. I think London's true.
I'm locked in.
Okay.
The U.S. is just such a plain story that's just not fun. You wouldn't make up a story that boring.
That's my problem. I think you would.
You think you would? Then
Running low on time.
What are you thinking, Matt?
You guys... I don't know.
You're the last
I'm in.
You're the last one to lock in.
I'm locked in.
Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Well,
I'm locked in.
Okay.
I chose the wrong answer.
All right.
Okay.
Tell us about London, since none of us chose London.
No, I'm going to go in the order I feel like, Logan.
Well.
No, I'm just joking. I don't care.
Go ahead.
I don't care.
Oh, my
You're right. The
goodness.
Wisconsin one, generic. That is true.
Okay.
Woman ran into, the woman told the guy to go to the grocery store, grab some errands, and he had $10 left. He's like, okay, I'll play, I guess. I had $10 left in. And, they won. I think it was like 107,000 was the exact total. Canada. Did we all go Canada? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know what's actually on the board.
Canada.
Is true or false?
Can I see the boards?
Nope. I want to hear an answer first.
Okay. Canada is 100% true. Canada did happen. Grandsons needed a book for Japan, and they found a lottery ticket 2 days before. I didn't even think a lottery could go a year without. I thought it'd for sure be expired.
No, it's like a year.
I had no idea. It was April 15th they found it, or April 15th they had it. April 19th was when it expired. London, you had London?
I had Canada.
Okay. The London was completely false. Made that up. I even had to look up the stinking team in London. I didn't even know what soccer teams were in London. I found Arsenal. It was the first one of the red, I think. And so I was like, oh, what better ways? Drinks are flowing. Let's go buy a lottery ticket. People love their teams in London. So
I hate you.
did I get a triple stump?
I chose U.S.
Oh!
I didn't choose London because you said the grocer and
I don't know what they call
the
it.
names. There's no way he made those up.
You know what I did?
London names.
Yep, that's what I did.
So you got 3.
Triple stump.
Well done.
Triple stump.
That hurts.
Oh man,
That
he's
stings.
Not starting this season off mediocre like the others.
Well, it's still a lot of game left. If you remember season 1, I blew a massive lead, so
Correct.
a lot of time to play.
Hannah, want to go next?
Point.
Wait.
Or does guest go last?
I think guess goes last.
Best for last.
Best for last.
Best for last.
Best for last.
All right.
Our season 4 replacement needs to go last.
Yeah.
All right. Amish Paradis. We're talking about stories.
Oh, I can pull this back now.
I started working in Amish country recently, so
Yeah, you won't know any of this.
no, probably not.
Good. None of them come from Amish country. All right. Do you guys want Amish pirates, Indiana Amish and the Temple of Doom, or the Amish dance party?
The titles never cease to be.
No, I'm a dancing guy.
Amish dance party.
Hannah, this is your husband. I hope.
Notre Dame Farm and
Notre
Amish
Dame. She's got an Amish. You wear that on purpose? Oh, I would have died. Okay.
No. All right. Question. If an Amish man dances in the woods where there is no internet to record him, is he really dancing? An unnamed man in Weifang, China, decided to participate in a local dancing competition in June of 2016. While dancing, he began to notice a large amount of bystanders with their phones out taking pictures recording him dancing. He became increasingly self-conscious, and out of fear of embarrassing photos of him square dancing being published on the internet, he decided to take drastic measures. In order to stop any photos of himself from hitting the World Wide Web, the man traveled to the 4 primary internet optical cable network receivers in the region and destroyed them all. The damage cut the internet to a large percentage of the Shandong province, including everyone in the city of Weifang. After a police investigation, the man was arrested on August 19th, 2016. He did roughly 100,000 yuan worth of damage, or $12,000. His punishment was not published, but for what it's worth, no pictures or videos of the man square dancing ever did make it to the internet. His photo in handcuffs, however, did.
I pray that is true. It was an Amish man in China.
No. It was a Chinese man.
Oh,
Yeah.
who just didn't want to know they're
The
dancing.
Amish theme is because you'll notice a trend of internet being destroyed.
Okay. So this is because he didn't want a picture of himself.
He did not want pictures of him square dancing being made public, so he just went rogue and destroyed 4 of the network
I hope
receivers
that is true. I hope that's true.
and got arrested for it.
I was about to say, I almost said Chinese Amish. Definitely not true.
No. None of these people are actually Amish.
Okay.
That's trash.
I feel deceived.
The Amish has to do with no internet.
Minus 1 point.
Okay.
What do you want?
Yeah, subtract for
Minus 1 point. That's
Poor-
what I want.
Look,
what story 2?
Coming from Spencer.
she's crossing out the word Amish on her whiteboard. Indian Amish and the Temple of Doom, or Amish pirates?
I love pirates.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Pirating comes in all shapes and sizes. In 2011, in the country of Georgia, a 75-year-old woman was scavenging for copper wires to sell for scrap as she had fallen on hard times. The elderly pirate found some underground wires as she searched and began digging them up. Unbeknownst to her, these copper wires, within them was also the fiber optic cable that provided the internet bandwidth to 90% of the neighboring country of Armenia. As she sliced through the fiber optic cable, the entire nation of Armenia, as well as large chunks of Georgia and Azerbaijan, were left without internet. Well over 3 million people lost internet, but she had no idea what she had even done. Fortunately, repair workers were able to track down the damaged wires fairly quickly, and the internet was back up within about a day to the Eastern European nations. No public records have been made available as to if she ever faced charges for her role in making an entire nation go Amish for a day.
You're telling me one wire controls 90% of a country's internet?
Yes,
When was this?
2011.
Okay.
Pretty confident fiber optic cables are not made of copper.
I have no idea. Okay.
That might be a good Google search one. Are
Oh.
fiber optic cables made of copper?
Okay.
Are you ready for Indian Amish?
I'm ready for India. Wait, I'm ready for it. Real quick, that brings up a good point. Does Hannah have a lifeline?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
I was like,
Do you guess?
I don't know. I just thought of that. Just as you said that, I was like, why can't Hannah use
She doesn't
it?
even have a laptop.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead. Logan.
Real Amish over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3.
The year is 2007. Agatino Fabrice, I don't know why I said it with, I don't know what accent that even was gifted a metal detector from his wife and was eager to use it. He sets out tracking through a field in Tivoli, Italy, trying to find underground treasure. He gets a hit and immediately begins digging. Instead of buried treasure, however, his spade hits a bundle of wires wrapped tightly together underground. He realizes his mistake and immediately tries to rebury the wires and leaves the field behind. What he didn't know at the time, but would soon find out, was within that bundle of cables was a fiber optic line that connected a large chunk of Rome to the internet. Upon realizing what had happened, he immediately went to the local police station and reported that he thinks he's the reason that the internet is out for much of Rome. He led repair workers to the field where the internet was reconnected roughly 7 hours after it had been cut. For his role in the incident, Agatino was fined 3,500 euros, roughly $4,000.
What year was this?
2007.
There are 2 fiber optic stories.
That's really early for fiber optic. That was giving me my next problem.
I don't even know what fiber optic is.
I'm not going to lie, me either.
Okay, I've already locked mine in.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, share just...
Nope.
Okay.
I like being
I'm
in the dark.
debating using a lifeline.
All right.
I've not used one yet.
You're locked in the dark. Hannah, what are your thoughts? How well do you read a lie?
I also wasn't paying attention to 3 very well at all.
I'm also locked in,
Oh,
but
okay. All right.
I don't know enough about anything with fiber optics other than they're apparently optics made of fiber.
Correct.
Hypothetical.
I didn't even know that.
It might not be true. But
It's a
With
false-
them both locked in,
Are you using...
can I use my Google search?
Your one... Okay, so first lifeline.
Yep.
Let's explain it. You get... So there's some
10.
offensive and defensive. So this is considered a defensive lifeline. Matt gets 7 seconds to do a Google search.
A lot of time type.
Or it should be 10. When I said...
Yeah, it was 10.
It was
That's what
10.
we said.
10 seconds to do a Google search. He pulls up Google on his laptop.
Just google.com.
Google.com.
Search
He
bar
has
sitting there.
10 seconds. Are you hooked to the Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Okay.
He got in last night.
Okay, he has 10 seconds to search for whatever he wants. The moment Logan says good, and he only gets...
Oh, no, I have to get to Google first.
Yeah.
Yep, but this is can you only use this one time a year? Or is this 2 times a year?
What was Google? I don't know. We
I
have
don't
it
either.
pre-decided, but this is at least one of his Google
Yeah.
This is
searches.
at least one of my Google searches.
We'll mark that off later.
Yep. So while Matt gets ready, we have bum.
Get rid of these
I'm
notifications.
curious. what times are
Essentially,
locked.
yeah, I locked mine in for one phrase and one phrase only. And I'm not telling you what the phrase is. I'll tell you after.
I love when that happens
I-
because I don't even know what it is.
So,
I really put my
Mostly-
typing skills to the test here.
yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready?
3,
Yep.
2, 1, go.
Oh, you can hear him typing, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking it up. Is he finding anything? He looks very intent.
10 seconds. It is
Okay.
closing.
Did you find what you needed?
Yes and no.
Okay.
All right.
I
Matt,
didn't
are
give
you,
a clear answer.
are you locking in your...
What was your Google search?
My Google search are fiber optic cables made of copper? And then it went on an explanation instead of just a yes or no. I was like, no!
Oh, so he's is the Chinese one, are you like, no, that's true?
I want that one to be true.
I do too. I hope that
really
one's true.
hope it's true, and I just need a point. That's my problem.
So which one?
A point.
He's going between the 2 fiber optics.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Logan, which one would you like
Are
to
you
share
between one of the 2 fiber optics?
first? No.
I'll start with China then, since
Okay.
that's the way we went. That one's true.
Okay.
Dance party's true.
Good.
Didn't give his name.
I was
but
praying for
I
it to
saw
be true.
I saw the picture of him in handcuffs. It's hilarious that you would destroy that much property to
Yep.
avoid pictures of you square dancing. All right.
Which one do you want?
Amish Pirates, 2011, country of Georgia, took out 90% of the neighboring country's internet.
That is true.
Happened.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh, that was
true.
what I chose. Number 2.
That
And
was
here's
what you had.
That's what you had. Is that what you had
What
too?
did you have? Is it 2 or did you do 3?
I had 2!
Triple stump. No! This is the only reason I chose that one. And I quote, she fell on hard times. I said that's what Logan would write. And so therefore I chose that.
That was exactly what it said in the article. Was like this old lady fell on hard times and was scavenging copper wire for cash. And the fiber optic's not copper. It was wrapped in a bundle with it. And so
Yeah.
she's just pulling stuff out to sell it and cuts it. And she has no idea. They said she had no internet. She goes home, no idea what she's done. And then they do this whole investigation. They're like, you destroyed the internet for like an entire country next to us.
So the other reason why I thought that was fake is because I couldn't fathom. My mind couldn't wrap around the idea that one cable had 90%. That just doesn't make sense to me. And
it is
I
Eastern
couldn't
Europe,
imagine
though, where it's very...
Yeah, and I just couldn't imagine one woman with a tool cutting accidentally cutting a wire. So well done.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
story.
I have
So the
wasted
metal
one of my
detector-
Google searches.
Yeah.
is false. I just made that up. I was like, hey, if I totally based off the last story and said, if they're wrapped with copper wire, why wouldn't he be out with a metal detector looking for, Roman artifacts or something near Rome? Let's Google a random city.
Can copper be picked up by a metal detector?
I have no idea.
As I don't know.
I don't think so, because pennies
aspects of the cable could be picked up.
No, I feel I'm going to be dumb. Someone's going to be like, "Duh,
Yeah.
Spencer, you can," but I don't know.
I don't know either. I'd made it up. So yep.
Well done. Hey, well done. Another back-to-back 3 stumpers.
Triple stumped.
Triple stump. That's what I was looking for.
Yep. Now for the guest.
Yep. Take it away.
Hannah, I expected better out of you.
Sorry. Okay, so I wrote my stories in the car.
Oh my goodness.
On the drive to work.
Just had like edits on.
On the drive to work, you were driving.
Wait, what?
Don't admit to felonies, Will.
You talk to text.
Okay.
And then I emailed it to myself. So here we are.
I like it.
Okay, so mine are all based on food. So I have butter and religion, ham heals all, or maybe not, and no chop suey for Yui.
I need to borrow this because there's one thing, Matt, we have to admit. The Schwarzen Troopers are by far the
best
better titles.
So I've given up on making titles for mine.
Both, I thought Logan was good. Hannah is way better.
There's like tears of pride in my eyes right now. Like, I'm so happy to hear this. I didn't even tell her to make good titles. That's awesome.
Butter, religion.
Butter and religion.
Butter and religion.
Okay,
He yells.
here we go. So these stories are kind of vague, but kind of not. So sorry about it. But okay, butter and religion.
Sorry about it.
Let's take a trip to medieval Europe, specifically the monks of the time. The very religious group was known to cut all animal products every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, along with the 40-day period of Lent. And meat and dairy were believed to be the fuel of sin of lust, so they didn't want to be lustful, so no meat and dairy. The diet was great for those in Rome, where the diet consisted of fish and olive oils, because I guess fish is allowed, but not like other meats.
Yeah,
But
the
that's still
disciples
the
were
case.
fishermen, so they got an
Yeah.
exception made early on.
However, in the northern countries, sorry, I lost my spot. In the northern dairy farming countries, such as France and Germany, they relied on butter as a staple in their diet. So when you total the days that they weren't allowed to eat the products, it's like 100 to 150 days, or like about half the year. Okay, so this was because they couldn't have that fat product. It actually led to starvation in those countries. So this was a huge problem in the area where Martin Luther was from. People began to see the problem, and so they used it to make a profit. Martin Luther then obviously saw a problem with that, as now you're selling these fatty oils. They were selling fatty oils and forgiveness, so that they could make profits. So that
Sounds
these
like my
people
Taco Bell
wouldn't-
order.
so that these people wouldn't starve to death. Let's see, where was I? So Martin Luther saw deep problems with this, as they were given into an even larger sin of greed, lying, and blasphemy. And this led to Martin Luther's publishing his 95 Theses and questioning the teachings of the church to start the Reformation and the Protestant movement.
Ooh, man.
Wow.
They such
Better
a
believe it.
known. Gosh.
I love Jesus a lot. Let me preface this. That would be hilarious if I could sell butter and forgiveness. If I could sell anything, forgiveness and butter. Come on.
What year was this again?
Reformation, like
Right.
1500s?
Yeah, I didn't put a year. It was just the medieval time.
Reformation.
1500s.
I believe it was the 15th.
And that would make sense for what the
Yeah.
church was
Martin Luther's Reformation was 1529?
Something like that.
I don't know. I just made up a number.
Okay.
I'll get fact checked by one of
You
our
need your Google
listeners.
search for that?
No.
I think since
False.
I don't get anything, you guys shouldn't get anything from mine.
Ooh, that's fair. Good.
I disagree. I'm calling a friend. It's you.
I will tell you wrong or right. Now it's a mental game.
Mm.
Okay, so do you guys want no chop suey for Yui or ham heals all, or maybe not?
No chop suey for Yui. That makes me laugh.
Perfect. This one hits close to home because my family's big in the Chinese restaurant. Okay, so there are currently more than 41,000 Chinese restaurants in the U.S. But what if I were to tell you that was almost zero? In the 1850s, you started to see a large group of Chinese immigrants start to come to the U.S. to start careers in mining, railroads, and different trades along those lines. However, as they stayed, they began to open up their own companies, many being restaurants. People began to panic that they would lose business from these companies and started to boycott these restaurants and created anti-Asian hate groups. The prejudice and fear of Chinese immigration led Congress to pass a series of laws blocking Chinese immigrations. Once the boycotts stopped working, they created rumors that white women were being seduced by the Chinese men. Then, in 1909, things really escalated. A missionary named Elsie Siegel, or something like that, was found murdered in her apartment that was located just above a Chinese restaurant in New York City. After this murder, they lobbied for laws to ban white women from working and even being customers at these restaurants. The police started to forbid women from entering any Chinese establishment. After many years of fighting this, thank goodness, the taste buds of Americans ended up winning, and we have the many Chinese restaurants we have today.
I love capitalism. Unless Chinese restaurants win out because they're delicious.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
All right, that seemed
Believable.
incredibly believable.
All right, what's the third?
Yeah.
Third, ham heals all, or maybe not. In 1915, in the Middle East, people were dying from infected wounds more than anything else. People spent most of their time laboring and providing for their families. That's just the jobs they had. With more modern medicine not being up to date, getting rid of infections was a much harder task than it is now. However, a pig farmer by the name of Anak Ergil realized by accidentally spilling salt in a wound that it seemed to get better. Salt, however, was a delicacy in the time and hard to come by. Ergil took his discovery nonetheless and remembered that much of his meat products from the pig are naturally salty. Like ham, I always have to have water with my ham. Ergil took this knowledge and started to try to help his own infections by placing ham and wrapping it around his wounds. While this worked minorly, he ended up giving himself titronellus, which is a worm produced from uncooked meat, and passing away.
Death. That's horrible.
That is.
Okay.
Wow.
I have no clue.
No, these are good.
These are solid.
I'm about to just go off which food I like
I'm
the
locked
best.
in.
Are you already? You just make up your mind with this whiteboard.
Listen, I don't know what's gotten into me. This whiteboard has changed my life. Now, let me preface with, I have yet to guess one right. But I'm the first one locked in every time.
You're the first. You go with your gut, and it's just...
It's been wrong every time, but hey.
I think whiteboards give the false hope of making you feel smarter, too.
It does. It 100% does.
I can believe all of these. I don't...
I'm locked in.
Dang.
That's
First time being last.
I'm also locked in.
Whoa!
All right, well, since you guys are locked in, here's where I'm at. The Martin Luther one's oddly vague, but also not.
She gave us a warning. All we're gonna be.
I know.
Because they all are.
Chop suey's very believable. That's probably the one I'm least on, which makes me think it's false. And the ham, would you take the time to research the kind of disease that comes from putting ham on an open wound? Absolutely you would. That could be a lie. I know what I'm
When
doing.
you locked
How do you
in,
even
I'm
know
locked in.
that's the
Okay.
disease that?
I will share mine and the reason behind it before you reveal one.
Oh. Okay.
I went with Jeopardy.
Bold.
What is MLK?
Martin Luther King.
And here's why.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the reason he started writing 95 Thesis wasn't because of the butter. It was because of the 5 solas, the God alone, Scripture alone, and the Catholic Church was like taking advantage of that. They were selling forgiveness or something like that, but that is the reason I went with that. So what is MLK?
All right.
I'll, I guess, follow suit with what I did. I also went, what is MLK? And I'm concerned now.
You think you're concerned now? We either each get a point or we have a triple stump.
And I have 0 points.
Okay, so no chop suey for you that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
my family is eternally grateful because we eat Chinese every Sunday. Rain or shine,
It's so good.
even on the holidays.
They know us by name there. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, we walk in and they're like, "How are the kids?" To my parents. Yeah, it's not good, but it is good all at once. Okay, so do you want the true one or the not true one?
However you want to break
Whatever
our
you say is going to break our heart. Like,
Ham heals all is completely made up.
Triple stump! They were selling butter and forgiveness.
I am kicking myself because I thought those inclusion of those scientific terms makes me think she was Googling stuff and making it up, and I should have stuck with my gut. But no, there's no way MLK is true. Dang.
When she read the first
Dang.
story, I was like, okay, she's stumbling through it.
Doggone.
Like, I feel like this is the one she made up and would have read. And then I was like, there's no way they were selling butter. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he started from other things. I guess the forgiveness thing, that was probably true.
My thing about it was like, it's so
Yeah.
easy to make butter. Like, we made our own butter growing up. You churn it as a
But then
kid.
the other 2 stories were so silky smooth the way she said it. I was like, these are from a website for sure. Well done.
I had the most grammatical edits in my first story, so I had to.
It just
Oh.
reminds
That
me how much
text to speech was really throwing you.
Yeah.
reminds me how much I absolutely hate
That
this.
is awesome. Okay, well, so I think I got
What-
3.
So
I got 3.
Logan,
No, I think you got
Logan
4.
got 4.
Because you guessed Matt's and you got the triple
Spencer
stump.
got
Right.
3. Hannah got 4.
Wow.
Wow.
Matt?
I got nothing.
Oh,
So-
first one of the year.
Yeah.
At the end of and we're on episode 2.
3's not that bad. With us doing
No.
the whiteboards, you got wiggle room.
The only thing that
And-
hurts is losing your Google search.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't help me out any. That's the part that hurts
Okay.
the most. Yeah, starting off, ending this episode, we got Logan with 6, Spencer with 5. 4 from Hannah. Just well done. Well done.
Can't wait to be a permanent part of season 4.
Trust me, we're
Bring the
still
heat.
gunning for my spot. So.
And then
and I'm
Matt.
walking out with a 2 still.
Okay. Well, a lot of
Man, 2
pod-
of that in one episode? Like, just pin it on me, man.
we did 3 triple stumps.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. That's incredible.
That's wild.
Story game.
Sorry
is
to ruin the
high.
4th one for you. The perfect game there.
Yeah. Well. Oh well. So okay. Well, we'll catch you guys next week, episode 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got a
That's how
good
you
one.
count.
Got a
Yeah.
theme
Okay.
already set.
I do too.
Good for you.
Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll catch you guys later.
Thank you, Hannah, for being on this.
Oh, it was my pleasure to be here.
I know.
She lives here. So
Yes. We'll see you guys next week.
bye.
Toodles.